sitting atop Forbes' top 15 list of richest fictional characters of all time, one of the last great dragons of Middle-earth, Smaug the Golden, Smaug the Magnificent, the Talking Drake, the main villain from The Hobbit, for villain profile number 8. Smaug, based upon the book The Hobbit 1937 by J.R.R. Tolkien, and on the 1977 animated movie The Hobbit, and in honor of The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, Part 1 of the epic fantasy trilogy adaptation from Peter Jackson, the prequel to The Lord of the Rings, How Bilbo Baggins Got the Ring. If you're not familiar with why he's the main antagonist of the movie The Hobbit, he's caused a lot of destruction to a lot of the towns in and around Erebor, which is the lonely mountain where his lair is, which is the former home to the dwarfs where they constructed jewels and other gold for centuries. And by the time Hobbit comes around, Smaug is already owned and been there for 150 years, and he's already centuries old at the time, so that gives you a little bit known of his origins. This is known as the Third Age. Dragons were bred in the First Age. So his main enemies are obviously the dwarves who come to reclaim their treasure, and also the Lake Men, which is the closest city closest to Lonely Mountain Erebor, where Smaug has destroyed, where the elves live and where the men live on Lake Town, and the goblins also hate him. Basically, a psychological analysis on dragons, how J.R.R. Tolkien has them. Their weapons are fire breath and everything cliche from European, folklore. Oh, great, it went off and now it went to the Rain Corps. Okay, we're back again. So, and razor teeth, hurricane wings, like I was saying, everything cliche from the Middle Ages and European folklore. Quote, I am Smaug, I kill what I wish. Now, we're probably not... The Desolation of Smaug is going to be the second movie, so Smaug is probably going to only make an appearance briefly in the first film. And like I was saying, psychological analysis on them is they're bred and they're talking and they mature real slowly. So basically you could compare him to like an immature like middle school or high school bully. He's bullied all the creatures around him and he's inflated self-confidence because of all his powers that I have mentioned. So his enemies include the dwarves, lake men, elves, goblins, like I was saying. His favorite things are jewels, gold, and he likes his quiet because he likes to be lazy in the lair. I don't know how he fit into the mountain where the dwarfs live. There isn't really a clear passage. It comes out like a lava tap, I guess. I don't know. His weakness is he has a vulnerable spot in his chest of armor, and his ego is obviously his downfall also. Both of those combined for his downfall, you could say. Accomplishments: he destroyed Lake Town, overtook the dwarfs, Lonely Mountain's treasure. His also skills include Dragon Spell from his glare. That's one of his main skills that he has. It basically hypnotizes his opponents. So the dragon characters that he created aren't just beasts, mindless beasts. They're more cunning and intelligent, and they can speak with any race. So yes, he is walking, talking. that's pretty much all I have to say on the. Oh, also he has gold and gems embedded in his skin from lying on the treasure for so long. I pretty much went over everything. Also, he has a strong sense of smell that includes, add that to his skills. And I pretty much named everything now. This was JBM from VillainNews. I can now, if you haven't seen, if you're a huge Lord of the Rings fan and are waiting for this epic prequel, The Hobbit, I suggest you check out the audiobook, or you could check out the animated 1977 movie. It's really quick. It's only like an hour and 17 minutes long. You'll get a basic idea and all the creatures that are going to be in the movie. It's going to be awesome. The trolls that they feature are like huge CGI trolls in the movie. Like I was saying, goblins. The goblins ride wolves. The eagles help them out. And because of all of Smaug's destruction and his rule of that era, that caused the Five Army War, which is going to be the epic conclusion in the final movie. Cannot wait for that, because they all want to stake a claim to his treasure, even though it belongs rightfully to the dwarves. But all the destruction that Smaug created ends up in the epic battle that gets summed up in the animated movie, but the Peter Jackson's really going to do it justice, and he will be played by that Brent Cumberbatch, if I'm not mistaken, a guy who played Sherlock Holmes on BBC, and he's going to play the villain in the new Star Trek movie, so cannot wait for that. This is going to be interesting. It was also rumored that Christopher Lee just wanted to not even go on location in New Zealand, because they film all those movies in New Zealand. He didn't want to go there and reprise his role as Saruman the Wizard. He's a good wizard in The Hobbit. This is before he turns bad, because it's a prequel to The Lord of the Rings, like I'm saying. He wanted to do the voice of Smaug. Instead, it went to a guy who's only 35, 36, who's a really up-and-coming actor. He's playing an unknown villain in Star Trek 2. It's still not even known. Anyway, this is villain profile number 8 or 9. I don't even know. Smaug on VillainNews. Click on my channel. This is JBM. You could hate me now.